Not every Rolex trades above retail on the secondary market, and of the ones that don't, there are some that may surprise you and maybe just tempt you. We recently looked at whether we think Rolex prices could continue to decline in the short term on the secondary market, but if it's enough for you to know that prices for some references are below retail, then these are the watches you may consider buying today. All the data in this video comes from WatchCharts.com, the world's most powerful watch market research platform. Visit our website to understand high-level watch market trends, get up-to-date pricing on over 24,000 watches, and track the value of your collection. Also, if you're interested in buying and selling among fellow collectors, then we invite you to visit the WatchCharts marketplace at marketplace.watchcharts.com. Let's first take a high-level look at the overall performance of current production Rolex models, then dive into some key references and listings. This histogram shows how many watches trade at the listed percentages above or below their respective retail prices on the secondary market. While a majority of watches do trade above retail, a significant portion do not, and it's split across both professional and classic model families. We'll put the entire list up on the screen at the end. That outlier at the end with the crazy premium, if you're wondering, is the new Celebration Dial Oyster Perpetual. But of course, how much below retail varies by model, and this next chart shows a scatter plot of those percentages. It's a bit of an information-dense slide, so you're welcome to hit pause to take it all in, but for now, the main takeaway is that only a few more references trade below retail today than 8 months ago, and they trade further below retail today than they did previously. We can look through some specific references next and show you listings should you be tempted to buy these watches today at below retail prices. The first one is the Deep Sea Sea Dweller, reference 136660, specifically the black dial. This has been trending above its retail price for most of the last year, but in the last couple of months or so has, given its market range, trended sort of solidly below that retail price level. And in fact, the listing that we're going to show you for this watch is for $13,900 and from within the month of November, and is available on Reddit from a reputable seller. But what the market range for this watch shows is that, of course, there are lots and lots of listings for this watch available above its retail price of $14,150, but that there are equally listings like this one, which is for a 2023 production watch with box and papers in very good condition that are available on the market to buy right now. The next one is the Two-Tone Explorer, reference 124273. This one, partly because I think the two-tone was a particularly controversial execution of the Explorer reference, but also because two-tone generally doesn't seem to be as desirable as just pure steel or gold tends to be. This one has been trading solidly below its retail price of $11,750 for almost the entirety of the last year. So if we see its market range, for instance, even the upper bound of the market range is below the retail price. But the specific listing from mid-November that we're highlighting here, again, from a reputable dealer on Rolex forums, is for $9,575. So if this is a watch that you are interested in, then you don't even have to pay retail to get one. Again, that's a full set with box and papers in very good condition. Of course, this is still more expensive than the steel version, but you're also getting gold as part of that package. So it makes sense that it would be more expensive than just the steel version. Within the GMT-Master family, and this is the first of the purely precious metal references we're looking at, the GMT-Master II reference 126719 with the blue dial has, come down from trading just shy of $55,000 a year ago today to trading at $43,000. But again, its market range does dip considerably below the retail price of $40,600. And in this instance, the listing is actually from the day that I am recording this for $37,975. Again, on Rolex forums, complete set with box and papers in excellent condition. So it's not that because you are buying secondary and you're paying below retail that you're getting anything that is substantially worse in terms of condition and completeness of the set than what you might buy if you were obviously paying retail prices at an authorized dealer. The Submariner reference 126613LN, also in two-tone, is a particularly noteworthy reference to include on this list because it is from within the Submariner family, which is easily one of the two most desirable families within the Rolex catalog. The other one almost certainly being the Daytona. This one has sort of, again, it was trending at around $17,000 a year ago, and then over that year, especially over the last 6 months or so, its price has declined. And in fact, even its market price touched a few weeks ago its retail price of $15,600. Whether that upward tick that we see just in the last couple of weeks or so continues, will, of course, only time will tell. But the market range for this watch dips below its retail price, but not by just a whole lot. So it's just a few $100s, below the retail price level. The listing in particular is from mid-October, so that's maybe 6 weeks ago, for $15,500 on Reddit. Again, from somebody who has considerable amount of positive feedback and is once again a complete scent with box and papers. The Yacht-Master 37 reference 268622, I feel, is like one of these watches which every now and then you might see watch content creators sing the praises of, because it's not always front and center of mind in the popular consciousness for enthusiasts and collectors, but is a solid choice, especially if you're looking for a sporty watch with a slightly smaller size. This one has a retail price of $11,550, and probably for the last 3 or 4 months it has trended very close to and then increasingly below its retail price. Currently, the market price is at around $11,300. The listing that I was able to find that's active for this watch, which again, because it's not as desirable, perhaps does not trade as frequently on forums, is from back in August for $11,500 on Rolex forums, but again, as a complete set with box and papers from a reputable seller. We'll round out the set with the Yacht-Master 42 in white gold, the reference 226659. This one also for most of the last year has trended below its retail price of $30,500, and like some of the other watches we've spoken about today, over the last 6 months has seen more of a decline relative to the 6 months prior. Today it trends at around $27,200, and the listing in particular for this watch that I found just from 3 or 4 days ago, as of the time of recording, is for $28,375. The other notable sort of observation about this watch is that its market range is solidly below the retail price. So even the upper bound of the market price range sits below its retail price. The last time we covered this list was over 8 months ago, before Watches and Wonders brought the discontinuation of several models like the Daytona 116500, the Milgauss 116400 GV, or several Skydweller references. While there are several watches that remain unchanged on the list from the classic family of watches, lots and lots of Datejusts, Day-Dates, and Oyster Perpetuals, there are several new entrants as well on the professional side of the Rolex collection, such as the new two-tone Skydweller, as well as the two-tone Submariner we reviewed earlier in this video. What will the list look like 6 months from now? Time will tell. And you can follow us here on Instagram at WatchCharts, and of course our website, to stay updated on the latest in what's happening in the market. Thanks for watching.